Hey guys, so today is actually February 20th. We are in Vancouver up in Canada, and we're staying at the Fairmont Vancouver Hotel. We're on the 7th floor, and we have a really nice view from up here. The light has changed from when I first started doing my sketch. So here it is here so far, and I started working on it this morning at probably about 7 o'clock. It's a little bit cloudier. It's now 5 to 10. Scotch is in the shower, and we're about to go out shopping, so I'm just trying to get a little bit more of this done because I know the light's going to change again later. Not that I'm trying to capture shadows, I'm just trying to capture the buildings. I started with this top one here, and I've kind of branched out from kind of all sides of it. As I go, I'm missing some of the details just based on my vision. There's only so much you can kind of make out from what you're looking at. Although as the light has changed and it's getting a little bit brighter, it's a little bit easier to see some of the details. It's just kind of cool to just kind of capture this. It's like when we were in Maui that time. And this is just my Moleskine. This is the one where I have like just rough drawings in there. I've got some of my daily sketches in here. And then did I do it in here yesterday? When we were at the border crossing yesterday, I just did a quick pencil sketch of the border by the Peace Arch. So yeah, I just figured I would try and draw this in here. And yeah, there's birds flying around. There's some really neat gargoyles up here on the building. One looks like a bear. I might be able to get a better shot of it now where it's a little bit lighter, but it's a bear, and the other one, I can't tell. It might be like a lion or something, but it's very cool. You can see the snow in the mountains in the distance. So it's just kind of neat to look back when you look through your sketchbook and you see a sketch like this, like my sketchbook that I have of Bermuda or Maui. You can look back and go, oh my god, I remember that day, I remember that morning, and it's just kind of neat. The other thing you do when you're doing this is constantly look up. So you're looking down, you're looking up, you're looking down, you're looking up. And you have to just to keep it fresh in your head as to what you're actually drawing. It's not always going to be completely accurate. And the fun thing is just go in with a marker. So the marker I'm using is one of these Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Marker. I'm just using a small. And some of your lines might be in the wrong spot, but I just find it easier to work with a marker. The other thing I did was, I mean, yeah, you could use pencil, but you'll sit there and constantly second guess and erase as you're working, and then you're going to get nowhere. And this is fun because I mean, I could end it right now if I wanted to. The other thing I do is I go in with my marker. Like over here, I was starting to get confused as to where I was, like which building I was working on. So I threw in some color, and it just helps you keep track of where you are with the drawing and what you're seeing in the distance. But yeah, I like using marker. And marker, this is Copic. These are Copic markers, and they're going through. There's a little bit of bleed through, but that's fine. That's happened a couple times in this book, and then I just make something out of it on the other side. It might be in the way once in a while, but it's really not that big a deal. Now, it would be good to look at a book on perspective to do a drawing like this, if you want to tackle something like this. But what I'm mostly trying to show is that you can just have fun with it, make up your lines if you need to. It's your drawing. We've had some nice clear weather, so it's been really nice. So this is what I've worked on right here. Just this little building part with the roofs. I added some blue just to kind of show that they're glass top windows. We're actually here to go to a hockey game. We're going to the Canucks versus Colorado avalanche tonight. Hey guys, so I'm done my sketch. This is the finished sketch, and I could not be bothered to write or draw anymore, so I just wrote about the trip and that we were staying here and stuff. And there's a big seagull. He's outside right now sitting on a pole, and I was sitting here drawing, and he like showed up right in front of me, like right here, like I was like this far from him, and he just like sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, huh? And I couldn't get my camera sorted out enough, and then I did get a little bit of footage. He flew down to someone else's window, and he was waiting for them to feed him, but I don't think you can open these windows. I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of cool. So I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with this little section, this little building, probably because it's the closest to me, so it's easiest to draw. And I just did a couple little dots. Hello? I think just because it was closest to me, and I just did a couple little dots to represent that it's like a gravel rooftop. I've got my little Canadian flag in here because there's one flying right there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's very sketchy and very, like, there's a lot of lines, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of windows, but that's exactly what I'm looking at. Well, I mean, as close as I can make it look like that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a little nerve-wracking when you're working on it and you're like, okay, is this, if I draw this building, is it going to meet up with this building? And I did pretty good with it, so very happy with that. There's just a building over here. It's this one that I was trying to draw, and it's very confusing to see. Like, you can't tell if it juts in and out. I don't know, it's really strange. I think it does, but it's hard to tell. There's a certain side of the building that's a little tricky, but overall I'm very happy with it. The only markers that I have with me, I just kind of do like a rainbow set of markers. These are the Copic markers that I have. So this is my favorite. I love this for windows. So I use this for the windows and the sky, and it's BG72, which is Ice Ocean, and it's a really pretty, sorry, it's a really pretty color. For the green, I just have a bright green. It's just Celadon green, YG25. I actually wish I had had kind of a rusty brown. That's why some of my buildings are red. I'll just stand this up like this. That's why some of them, oops. That's why some of them are red, but I just use RV29, and that's just kind of representing the brick. And then for taupe and for gray, I just have E43, which is dull ivory. And for the gray, I just have W4, which is a warm gray. And I use the yellow a little bit. It's Y35, and it's called Maize. So that one's okay. And then I don't think I use these. Oh, I did use a little spot of orange right here. And it's YR16, which is apricot. I have a VO4, which is lilac. And I have an R32, which is peach. Looks pink to me. So I will kind of switch some of those out, and then I have the only other things I have in here. I have my my Pentel pencil, my Graph Gear 500, and it's the 0.7. I have two of these pit markers, which are in size small, and then I have a 1.5, which is kind of a brush tip a little bit, like just a thicker tip. And then I have my stick eraser. So, and then I have extra leads and an eraser. I think I will switch out a couple of my markers, or maybe not switch them out, but maybe add a couple. I'd like to have a darker gray, probably like a cool gray, and then a darker warm gray, and probably a darker green, and some browns, just especially with buildings. But overall it turned out pretty good, because I remember when I first looked out, I was like, oh, it's very beige when I looked out. But there are some varying colors of beige. And then on these old buildings, it's kind of a green color, but I just used that blue marker. But you know, it's kind of like, what's that color? It's like an oxidized, Scott, what's that called when the...
Blue?
It's not blue. Look, here comes the seagull again. Oh no, it's a different guy. Oh, there's another one. Well, now I don't know which one it is. They all look the same. There he is. Come on up. Come see me. Can I get a pet?
No.
Please? Just like a little guinea pig?
No.
A hamster? I want a pet. Can we bring a seagull home? Oh, I got a Canada sweatshirt. I'm very happy with it. It's really cute. Canada. So I would put kind of an orangey brown, a dark reddish brown, a softer yellow. The yellow I have is too bright. Kind of a creamy yellow. Oh, I did use pink. There's a pink building in the background there. It looks kind of pink. And just maybe a brownish green color. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It turned out pretty cool. I could tweak it and stuff, but I'm not going to. I don't want to wreck it. Actually, there's a couple power lines down here that I do want to make look a little more like power lines. So these markers are great. These are the Faber-Castell Pitt markers. I don't think I've tried these on an airplane before, but I have the Micron markers, and they tend to burst. I've had to throw a few of them out because they've burst in the pressure of the plane. So, yeah, I think I'll just tweak this. I just like that they fit in this little bag of mine. This is a Sac Roots bag. I have these, it's almost like a plasticky case, but yeah, they're really nice. And that's my drawing. I did bring my little thing. I don't think I have anything in it. Oh yeah. Oh, I brought both pencils. Huh. Got one in there too. So there you go. All right.